What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on the Angel Reese, right? And the Chicago Sky, and like she hit a road bump, like early in the season, she was like they hit a road bump, right? But I do see Angel Reese like kind of trending in the right direction, right? And so her last game, let me see her last game. Her last game was against the Connecticut Sun, and Angel Reese had a what was it? A triple double. She had a triple double. And so now when the season first started, everybody made big they made a big to do out of like how Angel Reese's role would change on this team. And I thought it was a good change. Like Angel Reese Angel Reese is not the kind of player that you don't want her to be the focal point of your offense. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that Angel Reese possessed the skills like, like she's not a great distributor. And she can pass sometimes out of the double team, but for the most part, you don't need to have Angel Reese to be the focal part of your offense. But her skill set, like the skills that Angel Reese do bring to the table, I think if you put the right people around her, then that will allow Angel Reese to that'll allow her to be more successful and allow her just to grow as a player. And so at first I thought that she was going to, there was going to be more pushback as far as she was concerned, about like her new role. But I think slowly but surely she is going to find her niche. And I think that uh her niche is going to be she's almost going to I think what fits for Angel Reese is for her to be a Dennis Rodman type ball player, right? And that's what I think her new role should be. And that's where I think she'll find the most success. Rebounding, um, playing tough defense, and leadership, and just really create more opportunities for her team to score. Like if she get the rebound and kick it out and give her teammates open opportunities to score, and that's what I think. Like you're seeing more of that with her than you did like early in the season. Now let me see what their overall record is. All right, so right now they're 3 wins and 7 losses, right? And so I don't think it's over with for them this season. Like I said, all Angel Reese really need around her is some outside shooters. She have Cardosa, to help her down there in the paint. And so that's a good thing. So you really, as far as like what you're doing in the paint, Chicago, I think that they solid. You got Cardosa and you got Angel Reese, and then you got a couple other good pieces that's down in the paint. What they need now is better play from their point guard position and better outside shooting. So when Cardosa and Angel Reese get those rebounds, if they can't go directly back up with the ball, then they can kick it back out and allow their teammates to hit like open threes. And that right there, I think, is just going to make them so dangerous, so much more dangerous because Angel Reese play with a high motor. Now, Cardosa, she's the kind of ball player that plays, she don't have the high motor, but she plays for position. So once she get position down there, um, that's going to really benefit Angel Reese too. So Cardoso have position, and then you'll have Angel Reese who going to track down like long rebounds or the mid range type rebounds. So with that being said, all they really basically have to do is surround Angel Reese with shooters, and I think the I think the Chicago Sky will turn it around. And also, I think Angel Reese is the kind of ball player that really is. She's intelligent, and I think she can get under opponent's skin the same way Dennis Rodman did when Dennis Rodman was in the league. Like he was a master at that. Dennis Rodman was, like he used to piss off Karl Malone. Just about everybody played, everybody played against. Karl Malone, he used to piss him off. Alonzo Mourning, Shaq, Charles Barkley, all those guys, man. And you knew that this guy was coming with the BS, but for some reason, in the heat of the game, and he's doing these little shenanigans, whatever shenanigans that he do on the court, it was effective. It helped. It made the opponent lose focus. And Dennis Rodman was all over the court, chasing down rebounds, diving out of bounds, and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that Angel Reese is not requesting a trade. I would like to see Angel Reese just stay at Chicago and make the best of that situation, and don't really get caught up in the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing. Just really just focus on yourself. She needs to really just focus on herself and her team, and the rest of that stuff it'll take care of itself. I can never imagine like Dennis Rodman focusing on what having a rivalry with somebody like Gary Payton, or a rivalry with somebody like the leader of another team. He just came and he did his job and he impacted the game. And I think the same thing can go for Angel Reese. She just come, do her job, excel where her strengths are, and she'll definitely be able to have a strong impact. But in order for her to have a strong impact, she has to play to her strengths. And that's what her strength is. Her strengths are the high energy. She's able to get rebounds at both ends of the court. And she plays really good defense. And so she really focus on that. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to be a 3-point shooter. Don't try to be a point guard. Just play to your strengths. Because her strengths are exceptional. Like I said, this last game, she had a triple double. And so hopefully, like I said, this triple double is just a sign of that things are starting to trend in her direction. She's starting to recognize what her strengths are and just focus on her strengths. She don't want to be out there jacking up threes, or you don't want to have her initiating your offense and stuff like that, because as a coach, if you ask Angel Reese to do that, then you're taking her away from her strengths. Not to say that she can't do those things, but if she's an excellent rebounder, I'm not having Angel Reese look for mid-range jumpers. I'm not, unless like a mid-range jumper, unless that opportunity presents itself. Then I'll have her, like within the flow of the offense, she can do that. Right. But we're not going to have her just, initiating the offense, because that's just not playing to her strength. And you're not really setting her up to be successful if you try to force her into a role. When you try to force her into a role that she's really not she's really not built for that role. So when you force her into a role that she's not built for, then you're not maximizing her talent. And that's what I think her talent is. If I'm the Chicago Sky, man, I'm just trying to get some shooters and get a solid point guard in there. So when she do move without the ball, she'll be able to get the ball and and shoot it. I think, and I watched Angel Reese work out, and I looked at her workout tapes. Angel Reese has a really good like set shot. Like if you leave her open, she will definitely hit that mid range, or she'll hit that jumper. And she has the ability to put it on the floor and go around. So if she come out she flash to an open spot on the floor, she get, you hit her with the ball and she turn around and face up, she pump fake, or even she shoot the ball, she get to a rhythm like that. And I think she'll have so much more success like that. But I think they need a solid point guard. I wish they hadn't really they'd have been able to work things out with the young lady who was there. What last name? Kennedy. You know, Kennedy Carter. I think that would have been good for her to be able to stay with that team and work that out, but it didn't. But I think that Angel Reese should really stay in Chicago. I hope, hopefully she do not, she don't get frustrated with her situation and change teams. But I think things are trending in the right direction for Angel Reese. And so yeah, that's my take on it. Like I said, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Do you see things trending in the right direction for Angel Reese? And then so once Angel Reese start to play to her strength, I think the team will be better off. Yeah, and so that's my like I said, my comment. Don't forget to leave a comment yourself, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.